Okay, HTML exists about a few parameters or tags, like we want to call them. You always start with this basic HTML tag, so the browser knows it starts the HTML. Mostly just press enter 4 times and you close it with a slash in front of it. Easy, right? Well, that's not everything you need. You always have a header and a body. And the headers comes always like if you want to enclose any file into it, or the description Google needs to know about your website. So like you see on YouTube, the biggest gathering, so video gathering website of the world, etc. Mostly this comes in the head, and you also close this. Also, what comes in the header is your title of your website. I'm going to show you the browser now. If you see how this says Notepad++ version 6.1.6 current, etc. Good. We're actually going to type it out like this. And first, I'm going to teach you actually something that is pretty amazing and cool to do. Is just tab these out, so you know where to start typing. Like you have an overflow where it stops, where it ends, etc. Because most of the people don't do this and just like blankly just go la 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 la. Hello, I'm building a website here, and it doesn't actually look good, but I made it with flakes next to my side. Well, we don't actually going to do that. Scrap that. Oh, always know that you need to close these. Like, if you're standing on this is a really good part. It shows you which which tag, sorry, it's actually is closing with. So you need to, it shows you the beginning, it shows you the end. So that's pretty neat. So what we're going to do this again is going to tab here, and you see these little sparkly lines. I don't know if you can see these. It's like stripes here. It looks like a bit like a dashed line. Anyway, the title. You always start with a bigger ass or smaller ass. I'm not always sure which one it is. I think that's a bigger ass. It's bigger ass, like bigger ass that, or smaller ass that. Anyway, you press in title. Never do this. It's like HTML 1 or 2, and Apache, which website runs on, and it's a server. You don't need to know much about that, but always knew if this was like set, it shows like, oh, it's a title, so we actually know it's because it's capitalized. And if you use a tag in a paragraph, it doesn't actually show you the title good. But yeah, let's do this. Just press title and just do this my awesome website, and you close that. Oh, I can't type for today. This is actually all you need. Later on, we're going to use a bit of CSS, which is cascading style sheet. It makes like that these texts need to be gray if you like hover over your mouse with it. Okay, just go behind your head and press enter, and we're gonna start, which actually shows all of the content within the browser. It doesn't show like what's going on the back of it. It actually shows just like the text. So what you're first gonna do is literally just type body and close that. This actually runs everything you need to know, like which is standing over. Let's open our browser again, like this. This is actually the header, and this is actually the header. But how to actually make that and that, we're going to do that later and make like, because this is a text too and has this, like, you see the shadow behind it. We're going to show that too, how you create that, but it's not an important thing. If you know CSS later on, you can actually do that too. So hold your horses and just listen to me. Okay, what we're first going to do is make this little p tag. This actually is literally a paragraph tag. It shows you where to actually make, where you can put in text, images, etc. But if you close this and you have like hello exclamation mark, and you close this, it actually makes an enter like this, like normal. If you like enter in Word, Microsoft Word 2010, it gives you like a line between them, and if you shift enter, it doesn't do that. Well, this is basically what it does if you press enter in Word. It makes another paragraph, another summed up text you want to be there. So if you do this, I'm doing scripting HTML, and you close that. Oh Jesus, I can't type it today. So this actually makes this literally this white line we put here, but I mostly don't just do that. Like I just mostly do this because it's annoying. I see a lot of people who actually do this, and I actually think it's funny because it just makes your file longer and you have to scroll through it like exactly longer. But programmers are lazy. We copy a lot. We just like copy this and put it there, etc. And we could just because if we did it already, we don't want to do it twice. We just copy that and etc. Yeah, this is basically it. But what if you don't want that white line? If you do this, it doesn't actually see it as an enter, because the Apache doesn't is like you can actually put a full script on one line of code, and you actually need to go to like scroll sideways, and it's so annoying. Sorry if I snore a lot. I have a bit of a cold, but back to HTML. If you actually want to enter, like to actually skip it to the next line, and it doesn't do that, what you basically do is like you open a tag and put br double space front slash and close it. This is a single operating tag. It's actually like exactly the same if you do this. It's basically the same. What he thought was like we don't want to actually have two tags actually make a break of a line, because that's br stands for a break. You can also do it like that. I like the two spaces. It gives me like more space, and like, oh, I love that. And if you do this, like, awesome, isn't it? Do an enter there. Oh, I don't want to say that yet. This is actually like the basic of the basic you need to know, and this is actually the end of the tutorial. But what we are going to do is save this. Just put it on your desktop in an extraordinary folder, and just call it HTML tutorial or something like that. It's your own choice what you're going to name this. But what you need to do in every part of HTML, you're going to do everything you want as the home page, like the first page that when you open your website and needs to like get on there. You need to call it index. That's what the Apache server sees as the first file it needs to open when someone goes onto your site. So what you're going to do is just call index, because we have like set that syntax. It always already marks it as the hypertext markup language, aka HTML as HTML. Don't like look at that, because it's like fully in Dutch and you don't understand that. I actually need to put this in English if it's possible for you guys. And just click on save, which is opslaan here. So just open it in your folder, because that could be stupid if you don't save it in your folder, and click and hit save. Now just put down your Notepad++, and you see it made me like this folder here. It's basically just plain HTML file in here, and just double click on that and it opens it in the browser. See what it did? I actually made, like, let's set these next to each other so you can actually slowly show you. So what I did is I made a paragraph with hello in it, and after I close that paragraph it makes me a white line. And I made another paragraph which says I'm doing scripting, isn't that cool? It's awesome, isn't it? And it actually has two lines in it that I actually enter. And if I actually delete this part of the text and save that, oh, I didn't want to do that, and refresh this, it puts it behind it because it didn't receive that it needed to break the line and get to the next part, actually to enter it. So we put that back and refresh this again. It actually puts it back there again. You don't need to actually put a break if it's like the end of the paragraph, because it already knows that it needs to get a break, because then it's getting like a white line. If I show you this over here, and if I make another paragraph, wait, no, I'm just gonna put a plain line in it, and it's just going to like next line. You can actually do this too, but you can't like make a markup with it. So lime, yeah. Type it like that, and it's actually going to work. Because if you don't type it like that, it's going to give you errors and stuff like that. I'm just kidding. Well, if we save this again, and I hate my computer sometimes. And see, it already puts like a line there. Mostly, if you break this line, it makes another line. So if you like bake another break there, it makes you 2 lines. This is basically what nobody does. It's the most foolish thing to do, and it's literally just ugly. Just text on your website is just also ugly. But it's the first thing to actually know what you're going to do here. Go away. I did it like for the 6th time already, so it's so embarrassing. Anyway, that's the tutorial for today, and I hope you liked it. I hope you understand it, and if you don't bother to comment, don't bother to actually private message me, or actually to email me, because there's an email in the description, the website to Notepad++, and to a website called We3 Schools. Oh, did you hear that? Someone's actually just trying to kill me. I'm so sorry for that, guys. Anyway, this is the end of the tutorial. You can actually mail me. It's going to have all the stuff in the. It also has like a link to this script you actually baked here. I always say baked instead of the script because not everything is scripted. It's always baked to me. It's like a cake. Delicious. Just delete this one here. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Subscribe, like anything you want. Don't subscribe. Doesn't bother me because I'm only doing this to actually help you. Well, see you next time.